Here is a match with Infinite Cooldown, and you guys won 3-1 here. So I want to point out you guys are playing in a team of 6. Try and get in the habit of separating your team into 2 teams. I don't remember if I mentioned this in the last video, but you want to separate it into 2 teams. One team consisting of only supports, and then the other team is everyone else. And the reason why you want to do this is so that you can identify the supports easier to help peel. They'll be in a different color. They'll appear, their names will appear in a different color, so it'll be easier to identify.
For what?
Yeah,
people seeing your rank.
Yeah, whoa. There are many things I can understand being.
It's match time waiting. I'm gonna wait.
I don't think it's match time waiting.
Oh, not anymore. It was before. He must have just started it then.
Alright,
okay.
What are we playing?
We're playing Legion.
So it'd be like Meta and Ruggy would be the ones in their own party, and everybody else would be in a separate party. Because you guys are using Discord to talk anyways.
Oh man, Orisa Hog would be fucking sweet. I am shit scared about not having a hit scan though.
So I'm hoping you go Mercy and Zen here.
Main healer?
Don't worry, I can take out another Pharaoh.
Either.
What do you boop on this map?
Do you have a preference at all? No. What has the coach said you are?
He's not on our team, he's a sub.
Okay, he's a sub, so it doesn't matter. Feels bad.
What do you want me on?
He's been in just about every game, so...
Yeah, I know.
Okay. He's been in like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Yep, so just about every game.
This is the 8th game.
Yep, but how many have we had that are cancelled?
Yep, they got a Pharaoh.
Of course I got a Pharaoh. Let's go straight to point then. Oh fuck, he's gonna boop!
Yep, knew that was coming.
Oh,
That's unfortunate.
I was trying to get closer
Pharaoh
to
behind, Pharaoh behind.
Everyone's fucking dead.
Yeah.
Everyone's fucking dead.
Okay, I'm gonna switch to Soldier.
So we're still running Pharah, then Moira should go Mercy. You guys aren't utilizing the pharmacy as much as any other team here, so like their team's running pharmacy.
Jesus slips.
Alright, let's go for main then.
Hog, are you I think you're going in, not with your entire team.
He's low, doing first.
Just wait for a full 6, you guys have time.
Where the fuck did he go?
He's getting healed.
Guys, I need help. Slips turn around, dude. What the fuck?
Get that Rhine, get that Rhine.
That Pharaoh is just tearing us apart.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the Mercy is super low and nobody's calling it, and Hog, you definitely saw that, so make sure you call out your targets. This is, I'm gonna expect that you guys probably don't call targets very much since our last review was just yesterday and this was already recorded before yesterday's VOD.
Can we please focus the Pharaoh and not some other dickheads?
No, don't focus the Pharaoh, focus the Mercy.
Whatever, focus something up there, like...
I'm glad you guys are going double hit scan though if you guys have an issue with the Pharah.
Oh, fuck off. I hit her, but okay.
Half of us going left.
No, go main, go main, go main. Everyone go main. Call your target.
Yeah, going main is good since they have a Pharah, they can just boop you off.
With Moira ult.
No, Moira ult.
So your tanks didn't really push in, even though Moira called to push in with the Moira ult. Make sure you guys follow up on some of your calls.
Got Pharaoh.
Can't heal you all, you're all too damaged.
You guys still don't call targets at all. And I think somebody mentioned earlier to start calling. You guys do not do that.
Reinhardt's coming main again.
Now, you could have hooked Baby Divas and prevent her from going into her mech, by the way.
Doomfist coming main. Doomfist coming main. Oh, fucking hell.
I'd be very careful standing on that ledge right there with the Doom.
You guys are good.
Hold them.
This is a great time to stagger them.
Nice. Good
Kill,
job.
run, on the right. Left,
Stagger him.
right.
I'm behind him.
Nice.
Good stagger, guys.
Keep on point.
I think Jim Fist gone main.
you guys have time. You guys did stagger them. You guys can push forward and don't have to play on point, by the way. I'd play, so I'd play like right here, so you can see if they're gonna come around or not. So now you gave them time to kind of regroup. If you had pushed forward and just played the choke a little bit, then you can kind of stagger them even more, because they would likely probably be staggering anyways. And now you guys kind of waited for the full regroup and they had time for a full 6 versus you guys, and now you guys lost the point.
Fucking.
Nah, it's only one map, guys. Who cares?
We normally lose first one anyway. It's alright. We don't play Lijiang, that's fine.
You guys do a pretty good job at identifying who their carry is, which is really good, and you guys went double hit scan, which was nice.
Because I couldn't win that.
You guys still, your supports still need to play better around your team. Like Moira and Lucio's great, but when you guys are running a Pharah, it's probably better to go Mercies just so you can capitalize on that. So now you're running 2 main supports. We'll see how you guys do it. It's not ideal to run the 2 main supports. You guys probably want to have like a Zen for the trans just in case there is something that you might need it for. It's just for a defensive ult, really.
I'm on Doomfist on the left side. Doomfist low, Doomfist low.
I'm going behind them.
He's not
We're
low anymore.
scattered. I can't heal you.
I definitely want you guys to start practicing identifying who the shot caller is on the team and then following up on it, because you guys like call shots but nobody actually utilizes it. So Pharah, you have to die fast. I know you're trying to hide from the team, but you just made it so that you're stalled even longer. D.Va, you're just kind of going in there by yourself now, by the way. Your team did not follow you. There was no way for them to follow you anyways. You guys have to wait for a full regroup 6 stack.
There's a widow, but she's one shot.
He's gonna boot.
If you're out of mech and you have a Mercy, tell your Mercy player to damage boost you so that you can get your mech faster.
Okay, focus break, focus break. She's killable.
I need heals. I need heals.
Don't forget to say who you are if you need heals. It'll save time for your healers.
David's dead on site, David's dead on site. I need help on site.
Yep. Doomfist coming in. Okay.
Now, Hazard, if you're gonna play off tank, I want you to be the shot caller.
He's on D.Va. On site.
Any person that you're actually on, you need to call it out and make sure the team is actually following through. Your team needs to follow up with whoever you're actually targeting. And as I said in the previous video, you guys really need to press tab more so you can pay attention to what ults you guys have. Because currently you have an ult, and I don't think you're gonna press tab so that you don't actually know if your team. You won't know what your team has to combo with. So now you just kind of used your ult, and you didn't even say that you were using your ult. It was a great time for like if you used your ult, or maybe you can save it for the shatter.
Take side.
I'm setting out a healing ult through the window. We can hold this.
I'm melting that Ryan shield. He's got no shield. Ryan's got no shield.
You're on the wrong target. With that many people on there, you have to go for the squishies first. Their Ryan is gonna be the last one to die.
Okay.
So you guys are right now kind of staggered. You either all go in or you don't.
Is Doomfist
You guys have time to wait. I think like once you guys were staggering, that was at 50%. So you guys still had time.
Oh, jeez. I think it might be done. It's just you two. Oh, that was risky as fuck.
work?
So you guys are like definitely just like trickling in right now. It's kind of difficult for your team.
I got the brig.
Okay, good shit. Focus Doomfist, he's the easiest target to kill. Now the D.Va.
So that's perfect shot calling right there, is calling out Doomfist and then the Diva. So I want to make sure you guys do that all the time and not just when there's like 2 people left.
Now the Lucio.
Yeah, Ryan's pushing on the site now. He probably has ult, yeah?
Widow's low. She's half.
So now you should throw your ult up in the air, right over the bridge.
Kill their honor. Fuck. Keep him off point, keep him off point. Nice, good job.
There we go.
Nice medizol.
The fucking pharmacy managed to hold that point for so fucking long.
Hey.
Yeah, they had a Widowmaker and she couldn't see because she didn't go inside the room. It's just dumb.
Should I stay Pharaoh?
Yeah, stay Farah. I'm gonna switch to... Actually, I'm gonna switch to Hunter.
Wait, we're gonna go around and behind medizol. Okay.
Also, I was watching footage from yesterday when you were saying that we should have grabbed earlier with the on Nepal. I didn't even have grab when you were telling me to throw it.
Ew.
I don't know, I think it was Snake. Were you playing Hanzo yesterday, Snake? Or was it
I
Slips?
play Hunter a lot.
Typical Snake.
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure if it was on Nepal, but there was
Someone
one
said
point
that we
where
shouldn't have
you
been
had
holding the... Yeah, it was. 'Cause I was
So at this time, because you don't tab very much, and I don't think you're paying attention too much, Hazard, I would ask you who on their team is actually doing the most. And then from there, I would kind of identify and ask your team to switch to certain things.
Yeah, David out of mech.
You brought a
Trace
mech
dead, Trace
going
dead.
after McCree.
Ryan
Kill
dead, they got
Lucio
no
first.
tanks.
Kill Lucio
Lucio's low.
first. He's behind us now.
Yeah, he's up on the platform. Baby Diva over here. Nice. Go for that Lucio. Focus that Lucio.
You know, let run too far.
Yep, he's too far away. No.
Don't push up too far, Oblivious.
They're gonna go right. Pretty sure.
Fall back onto
Yeah,
site.
they're going right. Yeah, they're all going right. I think they're going up top.
Lucio's on point.
Yeah, Diva's up
I got
top.
Nice, good pin, good pin, good pin.
Moira
Going
needs
after
help.
McCree.
Trace is on me. Trace is on me.
Now their fatal mistake going
Myself alive.
what they're going is they don't have a double hit scan. They know that Farah and Mercy are the biggest problems on the for the other team right now.
Yeah, she's gone.
But they're only running a McCree and a Diva, and it's obviously not working, right? So they really do need to go double hit scan with the Soldier and McCree.
It's okay, we can.
And then I'd, instead of like Lucio, I'd go Zen for their team to put the Discord on Pharmacy. But you guys are, because they're not taking advantage of that, you guys are winning here.
The Zen's going,
Yep, Zenyatta's there as well.
They're up top, they're up top.
oh, okay.
I have no bubble, sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's
why
three up
they
top,
did
three up top.
that. I can't hear you.
Meta, you're doing really good with utilizing space and really playing using Farah as an escape.
I got grab.
I would stagger this Diva.
I'll throw it at door. Oh,
Alright.
it's big, it's big. At door, at door, at door.
There's someone on point.
Nice.
Trace is on point. They got me.
I'm asleep.
Alright.
Oh, I got that.
Nice.
So Meta died. Meta, make sure you call out that you died,
Li Zhang right there.
just so the team knows.
Easy.
I know it's like towards the end of the map, but just get in the habit of doing it.
Grab A, I just fucking shot at the general
Well, that's
direction.
what I was saying, at door.
Alright.
This is where I got booped.
And he
So
would
they
have gone
choose between
ahead.
Stuck whoever got.
I'm 44th at the moment.
Hmm.
And if we...
Someone asked now. It's not really too late. Lol. Arrow again.
What? Why we paused? What?
No, it just took a while.
Because if you don't, people will be worried. Or pick something, and then we'll know that you're there.
I'm gonna play.
Meta, can you pick things? What's going on, dude? Like, give us some signs of life.
Link one.
All I can hear is.
Yo, Mercy.
Pocket heal.
Oi, Hanzo Widow.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. So you guys have two separate teams. You guys would appear in two different colors,
Who's this snake boy?
Okay, I know this
like
guy
green and
like
blue.
3 years ago in a different game.
Oh god.
What supports do you want?
Lucio Mercy.
Wow, that's not nice.
No, it's not
Alright,
very
let's
nice.
focus on the game now.
Hanzo. Sniper combo. Sniper.
I don't know, the fucking Genji's pretty good.
When is there being a Genji ever stopped me?
No, I'm saying a Genji pick is good.
Alright.
I've been practicing my boops on this map, but it's been in pubs, so we'll see how it goes against an
Just-
actual team.
Don't get too aggressive for a boot.
Yeah.
Main goal, hold on the bridge, but
Yeah.
if you can get kills, that's good.
I'm gonna be aware of the flankers as well. They may try to go around us.
Well,
I'm covering
I'll be-
from the right side.
Where's the rest of our team? Oh, around there.
Say on
Middle,
Widow.
Go away.
I'm doing it around the
no,
left.
Yeah, you can
I'm
just
fine.
jump between everyone. Because we
No,
will
I'm
need
fine.
reses. Reses will be clutch.
So Mercy, I'd probably play closer to Hanzo because you can always just you can still beam towards the tanks down.
Have they got a Widow?
Yeah, they do. Top right.
It'll be harder for you to fly up than it is to fly down.
That shield's burning quick.
Yep.
No? Okay.
Where are they now? Where's
Yeah,
the Widow
Fuck,
now?
I missed the boot.
Don't know.
Oh, I got one. Oh, never mind.
Nice.
Reaper's
I'm
on
going
me.
for a boot.
Oh fuck.
Fuck, I missed. Got him.
Nah.
Reaper's gonna kill me.
Never mind.
You guys are doing a really good job at staying on the cart. Mercy, next time when you're rezzing, make sure you say you're rezzing so Hog can just stand on top of you. Just a body block.
Trying to burn that shield.
No. Killed himself.
Worried about this widow.
Top right.
Now you saw a low target. Make sure you guys call that.
Good job, boys.
Got Widow.
I just killed myself. I'm fucking autistic.
You guys cannot let the diva back up.
Holy shit.
Alright, keep the hold, boys. We're doing good.
I have ult.
I'm coming back once again.
I could probably get ult and
Bad.
just push them off fucking bridge.
Don't worry.
Magician's gets taxi,
I'll make it
I'm
back.
sorry.
I think they're coming around the right side here.
Reaper's above,
Okay.
Reaper above.
He's probably gonna try and ult.
He wouldn't have ult yet.
I saw that, Ruggy. What a fucking retard.
Diva above us,
trying to go
Reaper
left.
behind us.
Okay, I'm asleep.
They're focusing
Oh
so
shit,
hard.
bail.
Oh fuck.
Oh.
I took their honor out with me. I didn't.
You tend to this is the second map I've seen you do this on Rialto. Or second time where you like hook them and then you accidentally fall in as well.
I've got Valk for next fight.
Oh god.
So tanks, just make sure you're saying you're coming back so your team can fall back to the choke a little bit better because now they're playing past the choke and they're kind of just risking their lives here.
Ah, damn, I was hoping I could grab her.
So now you have your tanks back and then you can just say that I'm back.
And tell
I
me who
wasn't
you've
actually
thrown
connected
at.
to her anyway.
Now Lucio should not be doesn't need to be playing on cart.
She's
Oh,
gonna
I'm
be.
gonna ult. Ready?
Oh yes.
Oh, good boot.
Thank you.
Wait. On point. Bring on point.
Bring on point, get the brink, get the brink.
Good shoot.
That's a great target calling
Get this diva, get
and
this diva.
follow up.
Oh, I was gonna boot that, but
See, once you guys start calling the targets and actually falling through, you guys do a really good job.
He's half.
Yeah, it's alright. Everyone reset back on the payload.
up right.
So you actually don't have to play the payload right here, right? You can play your original spot and you just play this choke right here with somebody else watching this back part, because that way it prevents them from moving all the way up and reforming as a full 6. It just kind of keeps them scared and staggered a little bit.
I'm gonna try and
So now they're like at full force death balling through because you guys didn't stand at the choke.
Yep.
yeah, I'm
No,
gonna
Genji's
yeah.
doing good. Drop
Fuck,
out.
that was
Oh,
minimum
shit.
3 on
So-
shit.
They use.
Lucio, I don't know, did you maybe die before he used his ult, or it's just unfortunate since you're running a Lucio, you really do need to use your ult when you hear, as soon as you hear the Genji ult.
Did wipe
Brig,
us though.
Genji, Reaper,
And Nano.
and Nano. Okay, so there's 4 ults.
We can actually get back to hold it maybe.
The Zen might actually be better for their Genji instead of a Lucio.
I can touch.
I think you're probably just going Lucio to just stall point as much as you can.
Realize not.
Now, Genji just dashed past Hog. I don't know if you saw that. Let's rewind it a bit. Genji saw that opportunity to get them, or the Hanzo that was down there. You saw him go through, so you really do need to peel for your team in the back line a little bit better.
Fuck, another
I need
refill.
people to push up more than that.
Oh
sorry.
fuck, I'm dead. No, they got it.
I'm gonna have to switch now.
There's a hard reset here.
Yeah, switch off.
Yeah, I'm gonna run.
Do you want me to stay on Hog?
God, I got stuck.
Whatever you feel like.
Fucking Zaya might be good.
Probably go Zarya, honestly. If you have a Hanzo, there you go.
Reaper's inside. Diva's above on the
Reggie, that probably you should probably switch to Zen. That trance will definitely save you from the Genji ult over the Lucio.
Got her.
Nice, good job, good job, good job.
Well, that was a long bit, Jesus.
This year's boots are actually ridiculous.
No, it was a brigade.
Just careful, Zarya, because you're going in by yourself in the back line trying to distract them. That you're kind of risking your life too. But by doing that, make sure you tell your team that you're going in the back, so they kind of have time to push forward to just get to you faster.
There's a Reaper in here somewhere.
Oh,
Reaper
that
in
was
room.
an
Reaper in the room.
almost good, Jesus.
Yeah, Reaper's inside.
I'm antied.
Fail.
Oh
Watch out for the
fuck.
ult. Okay,
Six,
my
six,
shield's
six.
gone. Reaper's inside.
Shit, Genji's
Sorry,
on.
sorry, I didn't get
Don't
bubble on you quick
Don't
enough.
worry.
Genji's
Don't worry.
just one shot, Genji, one shot.
No, I'm dead. Nice skill.
You got damage boost.
Oh shit.
I made their Genji
Nice
retreat.
shadow.
That was a good shadow, man.
Thank you.
Just make sure you say that the Diva's coming out of mech, so your team can follow up and kill the Diva.
I've got Widow now.
Now you have high charge, so just tell your healers that you have high charge to keep you up. It's very important when you have high charge that you stay at high charge, so they can either damage boost you or keep you healed.
Well, yeah.
Oh, he reflected it. Damn.
Oh, good.
Very good, Boop.
Thank you.
I missed him.
Keep your shield up, keep your shield up.
Oh no, I lost
Brick's
my
low,
ulti.
Brick's low.
I'm going after Widow.
Genji's so low.
Is there a red?
Oh, that Brig is
Genji's
still
gone.
so low.
Got Widow.
Eat up.
Brig's dead. Stagger her,
Just
stagger her.
baby dude.
Stagger who? Oh.
Baby Diva.
Yeah, I was about to die. I didn't want to die.
I've got Grav. Have you got Dragon?
Nah, I just used it. Sorry, dude.
And no
I'll
Barrage.
get.
Alright, I'll
Oh.
save it for a defensive one.
Widow's
then.
up top main. She's used a venom mine. Right there.
Yeah, no issues. They got a soldier now. I'm kind of scared.
Man, the quality's kind of dropping right now on this video,
Diva's on me.
Nice.
so make sure you communicate your grab here.
Oh, it didn't actually get it.
Oh god, I got stuck.
Now you used it, but you didn't say anything, so make sure you guys do communicate this stuff.
Fuck, I got picked by soldier.
I think we're just gonna have to.
It wasn't fully utilized because you didn't communicate that.
Dragon now, dude. You should have just waited a second.
Yeah, I
I've got
didn't know.
Shadow.
Sorry.
Pull back, snake.
Running, dude. Don't worry.
Narrow overtime.
So you could have comboed your ult with Hanzo here.
Next pawn.
It's very good on your team to retreat until your full 6 comes back.
We got Dragon and Shadow. Let's use them.
Oh, she ate it. Fucking hell.
So he just said to use it to combo the shatter with the the dragon, and you guys didn't follow through with it. Ryan just used his ult, and that you guys didn't get to communicate that. And make sure you guys communicate your ults.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were winning.
Oh my god.
I killed the soldier and then the diva hopped off point.
Oh, don't make fun of them for C9ing. Come on.
I've known that guy for like 4 or 5 years. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, but the others.
Yeah, but it makes us look bad as well, man. Just keep it nice, peaceful.
Alright, I'll PM him.
Okay, that's
Genji
better.
Hanzo.
That sounds fun.
Unless you want to do Genji Mei or main Hanzo.
I reckon May's really good on attack on this map.
Or you wanna-
So you guys were running dive last time you ran Rialto. Just make sure you're gonna go dive, that you go Mercy and not the Moira, because your Moira can't stay with your dive to heal up.
It's very map specific as well.
And you should go Zen instead of Lucio as well.
We just have to go dive characters so that we can't get booped.
So I think you guys are going, you guys are picking, I think you guys are interpreting dive wrong here. When you guys pick dive, I think you guys pick Lucio and Moira, thinking that those are dive heroes, and they technically are dive heroes, but they aren't played with this dive combo here. And the reason is because these two will jump will jump across the map or something, right? The only way Moira can get there fast enough is if she uses her fade. By the time she uses her fade, it's too late for her, because they're going to be jumping on targets, so not like they're jumping to get to a point. That's not how the dive works. They're going to be jumping into like a stacked team. If Moira does the same and uses her fade to do that, she loses her fade and she has no escape plan. So this is why Moira is out for dive. You run Moira in a dive situation if you're doing like goats. And then the reason why you can technically run Lucio, but same thing with Lucio's. Lucio can just run to the point faster that way, or run to the tanks. But say the tanks are running like dive and they're jumping onto a platform. The only way Lucio can get there is if he runs, or if you guys are really good and he can wall ride up there, right? So that's why Lucio is also out. You have to pick a Mercy and Zen if you're gonna run dive, because Zen can throw, ultimately play safe and stay back, throw his orbs onto one of these guys, while Mercy can actually attach herself to one of them, right? But her escape plan is that she can turn around and go back to Zen and GA back in time. You just want to play heroes that won't be vulnerable, and these two heroes are definitely vulnerable in a dive situation. And then if you guys are playing dive, one of these guys would have to be dive heroes as well. So like a Tracer or a Genji.
My fucking brick. I was gonna break that brick. Fuck you,
I'm
Oblivious.
sorry, go break this brick then.
We're all
This brick
pretty
over here.
divey, so we should be able to get over that bridge fine.
I swear I broke that brick before.
Don't even
If
worry
you're
about,
not-
like, get someone on payload at the start, but don't worry about it mainly. Let's just jump their healers.
Do we want a Brigitte? Do we want me on Brig?
Nah. The Lucio's fine.
Okay.
Watch this backflip, guys.
Actually, I'm gonna go other side.
Boom.
Okay.
I'm going right. They're probably gonna be set up high ground.
Let's set up low ground.
Yeah, soldier.
I'm with you.
Soldier's half.
Oh,
below
I've got their
half.
honor on her own.
I'm with you. Oh,
Oh,
Fuck, she got healed.
corner him off. Good job.
I nearly died there.
So right now, that's good. You did fall back. Except now you guys are playing dive, but you guys are diving separately. So like what you guys are doing was like Winston went in first while Diva played in back. And then Winston needed to retreat, so he went back, but then Diva went in. So you guys are diving like individually. It's not as effective if you both dived in at the same time.
We got 3 of them on
Good
us.
kill.
Alright, well we got
He was
over the
pretty
bridge.
much out of
Be careful, soldier. They're coming up behind you, Ruggy.
Yep. Oh, shit. I see what you mean. Oh, God. Sorry about that.
Got
you guys
Ana.
kill her, please?
Yeah, that the Brigitte needed to be called out earlier because you were staring right at her.
Yes.
And she was the only one contesting the cart.
Nice ball.
To make sure if you're diving onto a target, you tell your diva that you're doing that, so diva can go in first before you go in, because you'll reach the targets way before diva would.
Oh, no,
Now you guys have time to play the choke right here too, so I'd move forward a little bit. May, when you wall them off, you make sure you tell your team that they're walled off, so they can prepare to get in.
Okay, we'll defend you.
I'm going.
Good shit, monkey. Careful of the Lucio on the left.
Lucio's not gonna kill anyone. He's fine. Yeah, there we go.
Good job.
Oh, I'm in trouble here. I jumped onto the
Got
bridge.
Farah.
Oh, nice. I hit her and you
Oh.
time. Nice.
I think you could have jumped if when you were booped off right there. Lucio, I'd push forward at the team, since you can go back. Leave May or Hanzo on the cart.
I've almost got my ult.
They're all up top. Two. It's just the healers up top by themselves.
Oh, that was bad. That was stupid. My bad.
Oh, got Farah.
Oh, they went after me. They're all in that room. Well, two of them are in that room.
Kill the Brigade first. Oh, no.
Lucy, you gotta get out of there.
Yeah, that's my bad.
That's a reset.
Did we use our May ult or theirs?
That was me. We just killed. Like.
No, this is a reset. You guys do not have a tank right now. Your tank's just coming back.
Oh no, I'm not. Shit.
Oh fuck! Drop that wall.
Yeah, you need to retreat and just wait for your 6. You guys really have to recognize that, especially when you have so much time left. You guys can't afford to just wait.
Okay. I'm sorry, we can't save you out there.
No, it's fine. I got
We
my
shouldn't
ult
be
though.
going Snake. Snake, we're falling back, not going in.
Good, don't worry, dude.
All right, let's go. Yeah, you're not good.
Fuck it.
Yeah, see, that's where I worry.
That's actually, I just fucked
They're
up.
just
And make sure you call out your targets. I can't stress that enough, guys.
in again.
Alright.
Especially when you're playing dive, like the target calling is like even more important than when you guys are running Ryan.
Going.
I'm gonna. Wait, I'm gonna.
Because you and your Winston and your diva have to be on the same page, or else dive just doesn't work, and you might as well not go dive at that point.
That ult was perfect.
Oh no.
Oh fuck! For some reason I thought we had D.Va. I'm an idiot.
And Winston, so I would turn around now. You can let your team take care of that junk. Turn around now and push forward towards this choke here to kind of just prevent them from coming in. There you go.
Lucio's up top. Two of them up top.
Get the brick.
Lucio's half.
Getting my mech
Oh
back.
fuck, that's bad. I can't jump on that.
Ah, got time.
Your healers are both dead.
Yeah, this is another reset, so you need to recognize that. So next time, instead of dying to them, you had an opportunity right here. So like, you're the only one left here at this point. Just jump off. You don't want to feed to their ults. You want to die immediately as fast as possible, so you come back with your team.
If you can,
I can't, bro. Dead.
don't let yourself get stalled.
We should wait
We have
for
no
our tanks, guys.
tanks.
We have no tanks.
Alright.
Alright.
Let's go.
Our tanks are
Junk
back, but
going
don't go
up
in
top.
until they're at the front.
I'm going over this wall. If you guys want to go
Alright.
around.
Probably get a few of us over this wall.
No, don't.
So that's exactly what I was talking about, right? So you chose to go over the wall, which is perfect, which is fine. But with the Moira, it's hard. Like Moira can't get up there unless you if you knew how to wall jump, which I don't think you do. So that's hard. You can't. You need to have like a Mercy to follow up with that. Once you jump over the wall, the only people that could possibly follow you is D.Va. And then, like, if Lucio just bounces back between the walls, he can get over. But really, you can't assume that. So, like, exactly. So you only had Lucio and D.Va and you. And your other team is just walking over. So you need to really recognize who's on your team in order to do those types of strategies here.
I've almost got my
get all our ults.
I've almost got core lessons again.
Everyone hold your
Okay,
ults.
okay, Mayo.
Hold your ults. A Mayo and a D roll could win this here.
Yeah.
Alright, we're all together, let's go.
This is a good regroup here.
Kill the brigade. Yep.
Done. She's done.
I've got my ult now. Nice ult, nice ult, nice ult.
That was good, that was good.
So you guys are using a shit ton of ults though, which I don't know that you guys really need that many ults.
We're okay.
You maybe communicate that a little bit better, because I don't know, you guys just said hold ults, and then nobody said who should be using the ults first or who should be holding off on their ults.
Baby Diva behind.
You guys can't afford to hold your ults so that you can just guarantee that win right here.
Vegeta's half.
Again, no target calling. You're trying to get the Junkrat, and you're definitely on him, but you need to tell the team that Junkrat is. You need to kill Junkrat first.
Point.
He's literally on the card.
No diva, no diva.
It's alright, they're just staggering themselves.
Now push forward. There we go.
Keep going, keep
Baby
going, keep
Diva.
going.
The baby Diva's on
Nice, nice,
point.
nice. I'm coming back as quick as
Good
possible.
wall, good wall. I got the junk.
Oh god. Brigade killed me. You're down.
So if you guys just focus the target calling a little bit better so that your team can actually focus targets, then you guys probably would have won that fight, right? Because you guys had 6 people and they were trickling in, but because you guys don't call targets and you guys don't know how to focus targets down that are being called, that it just became, you guys got ran over, which should have never been the issue, being a full 6 stack.
Vegeta's low, Vegeta's low.
I'm on that tracer, I'm on that tracer.
You have no heals.
Oh, fuck me.
Fuck.
We have no healers. Oh, fuck.
Nice ult, nice ult, nice ult.
Get the brig, get the brig, get the brig. Fuck!
So close.
Fuck!
Yeah, so you guys definitely lost that due to your own lack of target calling and target focusing. I think you guys definitely could have won that if you guys just communicated a little bit better.
Alright, we get to pick between Horizon or Anubis now. It's about that then.
Honestly, you guys are doing fine, but your 2 issues is just the target calling and target. It's not even just target calling; it's target focusing, right? Because some people are calling targets, but nobody's actually following up on it. And the other thing is just comp. Your supports really need to work on picking the correct combinations to play with your team.
And then
Snake,
Moira, yeah.
can you play diva instead of monkey? Alright.
Alright.
Just everyone push straight through.
So again, with goats, it's fine that you're playing Diva, but the whole point of goats is to move as a unit, and Diva's point is to fly and counter things, right? So you should really play Hog, because Hog can self heal, and it'll add to the lack of it'll add to the fact that the healers don't have to worry about you so much. So play you would play. What you guys are playing right now is find the supports, Moira, Lucio, and Brig, and then you would play Hog, Zarya, and Ryan. I think you guys really like to run Hog or goats on this map for some reason. Just make sure you guys have a few seconds left to make sure you communicate which way you guys are gonna go.
We have
Which I'm gonna predict you guys are gonna go right side.
Alright. Go,
used
speed
it,
boost, speed
I'm sorry.
boost.
I got a bash.
Alright,
Now,
well,
Lucio needs to stay on speed boost. There's no reason for Lucio to not be on speed boost in a goat situation.
Can go across? Can you go across and fuck them up while we jump on point? On the point, they're gonna have to drop. Get this Diva on point.
God.
Play from here, play
So you don't need to use Diva to go across. The whole point of Ghost is just to stick together and be one, like a full unit. When you go across Diva, you're kind of like putting yourself at risk. And luckily you survived, but
capping.
it makes the healers panic a little bit, right? So they need to figure out like if they need to go to you somehow, which they can't reach you if you go across. So just make sure you guys play as a team as a whole.
As fast as possible, they're still down Bastion.
Kill the Brigade first, just such a pain.
Yeah, Brick dead.
She's down. She's down.
Diva's out of mech. Diva's dead.
Call out your targets.
Get this main here. Get this main here.
Shit. May's dead.
And use that grab right at the door.
Never mind.
Very good, but nobody was there.
They actually walked into my grav, lol.
Wow.
They really had no choice. They didn't know we used it, so they just came around the corner
Yeah.
and sucked.
What the fuck? We just rolled.
We just took that in like 8 minutes. We still have like 8 minutes or something.
Oh my god.
Look how much time we gave. Holy
Time
fuck.
remaining, it goes up.
On the first point, that Reinhardt can be good, just at least
Well,
they
Hog
outdamage
would
me.
Well, we're gonna have to swap straight away.
Yeah, I'll swap straight away.
Like, just straight up die.
Yeah, I will.
But my friend just
We just run like
Considering
a ghost
6:36.
So you guys are playing.
We always run
I guess I'd be interested to know, because this is not the first time I've seen you guys do this on this map, is you guys play double shield for some reason.
works though.
It does.
But
It forces them to come
you're only really shielding like your junk, right? So I'm kind of curious to know why you guys play double shield. And especially when you're playing double shield, you're holding a Rhine shield over your Marissa, and I don't know that that's really necessary.
Strat, they're going into the room.
I think we should go,
Yeah, I'm telling you now.
Very risky. If you're gonna do that, make sure you call to say that you're charging in so your team kind of has your back.
Okay.
It's alright, we
Sorry.
traded. Have we got something?
Because it's basically suicide when you charge into a team of 6 like that.
There you go, switch.
fuck. I didn't realize I was with the switch.
We're actually still holding you.
So they're running a Pharah. I feel like this is deja vu right now, but they're running a Pharah.
Am I switching?
So I'm really hoping you guys switch to something that counters that Pharah.
Swap.
I can't.
This is, oh my gosh, this is basically deja vu right now, because what happened last map was you were playing Ryan and you were going into a team of 6 by yourself, and you're doing exactly the same thing. So I'm really hoping next time you guys do this, you don't run into this issue again. Is just recognize when you guys lost it. You don't need to go in and risk yourself, and now you're like staggered and putting yourself in danger. Plus, you just fed a shit ton for their ults.
Their brig keeps fucking
got no fade?
screwing up my charges.
The Pharah was low.
I wasted too much time getting that Reaper, I'm sorry.
This is really good on their team's part, is to run Brig when you guys are running double shield like this.
Nah, that's bad.
That is bad.
They're
We're
gonna
still
take us
technically
quick
ahead of
forward.
them.
Not if we don't get someone on it. Slips touch it. Slips touch it.
I just had
Yeah, somebody needs to go Lucio now. You guys really need to stay on the. You guys need to go stall heroes. I'd forget about this about your thing right here, because you have so little time left. You really need to switch to like a Winston or a Hammond. Just anything to get to the point faster, because you guys, I think that's also your mistake too with this map, is you guys wait till like the last second to switch, and by then it's too late. So definitely switch to like a Lucio Moira, Hammond, Diva, or Winston, Hammond, anything to get to the point faster.
Is a Widow enough for a Pharah?
easy.
Remember, coach.
Border coach though.
Unless you're an amazing Widow, a McCree or a Soldier is a better choice. That's what she said on that Anubis game from like.
When it comes to Pharah
years
though,
ago.
I can't really take out Pharah that well with McCree or Soldier. It's easier for me with Widow
Alright.
because it's 2 shots really quickly, or just 1 headshot.
So this is a better comp, that you're running Hog instead of the Rhine.
About the heals now.
Because now at least you can self-sustain a little bit.
Well, I could Moira or something, but then we wouldn't have any defensive ult.
Snake, I'd probably want to put your trap right in the store here, so that it kind of prevents them from going in, and that way like your Orisa can pull them out or something, or it gives your team like a chance to kind of attack their team before they fully go into this covered area.
Why don't you just come here with us?
At half.
Break that shield.
I'm
Break
good.
that shield.
Now, are we running a hit scan for this Pharah? This Pharah was an issue last round.
On the right side. I'm low.
Right side. What?
It's the Reaper.
Got him.
The
So you probably want to go, instead of Lucio, to go a Zen, so you can throw discords up.
On the point still.
Because this Pharah and Mercy is still a problem.
By themselves.
Reinhardt's dead.
Widow's in that room. Get the widow now. Get the widow now.
You only have
It's the
mercy
rest.
heals.
This Mercy needs to be staggered.
That Mercy's one. Mercy dead.
That's far.
She's one.
Pharah's low,
Pharah's
Pharah's
like
low.
literally one. Nice.
God, do I have to text you, mercy?
This is really good stagger.
Reaper's left side. Don't go there. Reaper's going up top.
So you guys need to reset quickly. They're gonna go top. They're gonna go left side here.
It's better if just go inside. Go inside.
He's going back out.
I'm breaking
Show
his
me
shield.
where the Pharaohs. Are they there?
Right above starting point. That Pharah's low.
Fuck. Yep, they're diving me.
Fucking diving.
No, I'm
widow.
dead.
Yeah, with Pharah half health with a Mercy on her, she's not gonna be low actually.
Go with.
Kill the mercy, kill the mercy. Good job.
It's definitely stagger the Steva, guys. Do not.
Maybe Diva.
We can't, she'll get mech again.
No. Now we kill her.
Even if she does try to get mech again, you can hook her.
Okay. Where's that Pharah at?
Near their spawn.
Okay. I'm trying to help you with the Pharah and Mercy, trying to grab one of them out of the air.
Widow's behind the fountain.
Fuck
Their,
me.
their widow is behind the fountain.
It's
Sorry,
way
I
too
can't
late.
I got
Fuck.
it, I got it.
Nice. Don't let Mercy res. Don't let Mercy res.
You're down one healer.
You guys have
Alright,
walls?
mercy.
You got walls now?
Call out the Brigitte.
Try to get Widow.
Fuck.
You just pull their Diva bomb closer to you.
No, I can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull back.
This is lost. Whoever's left needs to die or just leave.
Leaving them. I'm dead.
So Reggie, you had time. Since you're Lucio, you can actually escape faster and just try running towards the spawn.
Lucius just not gonna cut it.
Yep.
I'm gonna switch off Hog as well. I'll jump on a Zarya. I'll do it now real quick.
Pharah's left side. Oh.
So the biggest problem on the other team is Pharah. So you guys either need to go double hit scan, or Lucio needs to switch to Zen. But I think because you guys lose these points so fast that it's fine that he stays a Lucio. So definitely communicate the other DPS who's playing hit scan needs to communicate that they need help taking Pharah down.
Cheers.
Oh. I switched to David to get.
No, like a fucking get heals.
I'm gonna switch to our shield tank.
Oh shit. Okay.
You shouldn't be out there, man. Come on.
Do you want me to go back to Mercy? I just figured.
No. Leave him where, that's fine.
She got sights. Widow got sights.
So a little neat trick too, Lucio, is you can use these pillars. If you really learn how to wall ride, you can wall ride around these pillars and kind of like do this little like back and forth thing, because once the tanks are right here, you can actually boop them off, right? You boop Ryan off, Diva can fly back, but you boop Ryan off, it takes him like much longer to walk all the way around and then go back, right? So it just saves your team a lot of time, because then half of their team will be down. The team can't do anything without the Rhine, right? So make sure, maybe that's something you can work on, is that learn to wall ride these pillars a little bit, just so that you can boop them off once they get to this little midsection right here.
Shield going down.
Pharah's half.
Damn it, I missed my boot.
Pharah's
It's like, since they didn't have anybody to do that, you guys didn't have anybody to do that, they were able to just walk through that bridge uncontested, and really like
Kill the
you could boop them off, and it takes their team so much longer to get.
It's underneath there.
Yeah,
back
Mercy
now,
dead,
coming
Mercy
back
dead,
now.
Mercy's dead.
Kill the fire now. Kill the fire.
Nice.
Lucio's dead. You have no healers.
It's okay.
Nice, good job. So there's no need to be up there, Slips.
We still need some. We still need something with more heals than Lucio.
Then Lucio and Moira. Are you for real?
That's pretty crazy healing, man. Although an Ana with grab would be pretty good. The anti-heal is pretty clutch.
Alright, I just got tired.
Oi, they're all coming left side, left side, left side.
Reaper's one.
He's full.
Keep your shit up, keep your shit up, keep your shit up.
I'm going down there.
Where's
Kill the
Farah?
Brigader if you can see her.
Lucy, you really need to ride those walls and back here and back and forth.
Okay.
When they're all in the point like that, you want to definitely just ride up right around here. That's your area right here. It still contests the point, but they can't really. It's harder for them to get you when you're riding the walls like this, because your speed is actually super fast compared to just like walking around down here.
Don't let him get too many
It's
ticks.
just-
Yeah, we got soldier on point. Oh, fucking hell.
So I definitely want whoever's on Lucio to start working on wall riding.
Oh fuck. There she goes.
Oh fuck, Mercy's one. Mercy's literally one.
Not
Where is she?
anymore.
No, she's full health now.
Don't focus the diva. Forget the diva.
I
Couldn't
need some
reach anyone
heals
else.
here. Can Zarya get heals?
Yep.
She's out. She's out. She's low.
Why
she's
did you
low.
step out
Nice.
into that?
Because my bubble was coming off cooldown.
Reggie behind you.
Yep. I
Don't
see that.
let him
Kill the
rest. Don't let him
Mercy,
rest.
kill the
Don't let him
Mercy.
rest.
Switching to D to get there faster.
I've got Grav.
God.
Oh fuck, they got the res.
That's a huge Grav.
Oh fuck.
You should have been just beaming that Mercy that entire time. And their Mercy is definitely their carry right now, and then Farah would be next to Mercy in that carry list.
Walked into it.
So you guys definitely, at this point, you definitely need stall heroes. Get to a Hammond or something, anything. Oh, you guys have a Hammond.
Slips, get on, Slips.
It's
okay, we got it.
they're in overtime.
So you guys don't, your DPS needs to go like Tracer, or Genji or Doomfist to get to the point faster, and then it would be your tank's job to switch to Hammond and D.Va and Winston.
Attacking.
Who the hell was Monkey Speed playing? I didn't even notice him.
So do we want to
He
forget
was the
about
diva.
Lucio and just have mad healing? Because we can do that if you want.
I think.
Yeah, do this.
Try and run the Bastion again.
Probably not.
I hope so.
They saw how it worked out last time.
I
You
just
got a
brain
fire.
farted again. Fuck me.
Eva's gonna have to die Farah.
Oh shit.
Kill that Ryan, kill that Ryan.
I'm antied.
Yeah, everyone's anti. I have
Just
two
go through
healing
bridge, go through bridge.
boosts. Yep.
Alright, it's too low.
There are two healers on site.
I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to help you run, but you're anti again.
I don't know who-
Their healers are dead. Ana's back up. Ana's
No,
dead.
she's not.
We're gonna get shredded in here. Get out.
What do you mean? They're all dead.
Nah, Farah's dead.
Oh.
Goes down.
Yeah, I killed the Farah, don't worry.
Okay.
I can pretty much ulti the moment we go in as D.Va.
That was really good, and that's all because you guys did some target calling and following up on it.
Make sure you talk together. Make sure you use it together.
Push, 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 push.
I'm speed boosting us in.
I need heals.
Oh, what?
Farah's behind you guys.
I got their Mercy.
Kill their Reinhardt. He's
Run
killable.
slow. Oh fuck.
Oh shit.
That's
no
game. That's
healers.
gotta be game.
Brigida's low, Brigida's low, Brigida's low.
That Reaper is so low. You guys need to call those things out.
Orb's coming to point.
Kill that Mercy, kill that Mercy. Mercy at their front door.
Orb on point.
Oh, fuck off. How did he get through that?
Just run.
Kill that Ryan, kill that Ryan.
Kill their Brigida.
We got a May on site,
GG's.
May on site.
Oh shit. Kill their Brigida. They have a fucking bastion.
Focus that Bastion, focus that Bastion.
I'm gonna go get him.
Mercy first. That Mercy should never be able to get a res off in these situations here.
I need help. Oh god, I gotta back out.
I got their Mercy, I got their Mercy.
As soon as you guys do the target calling and falling through, you guys do so good.
Severan's dead. She's dead.
Nice, nice, nice.
Now I would stand on the doors here.
Why would they try to Bastion?
Desperation.
Stand at the doors. What are you guys doing?
Nice, good shield bash, good shield bash.
Shit.
No, we only need to take the first tick.
Why do they keep going to Bastion? Every time he went off, I just fucking defense matrix and charged him, isn't he?
We still have
With
more
a bubble
time
on
than
you.
the first point.
Well.
Wow, this is just such a long map.
We only need the first tick.
If it ain't broke, don't
I
fix it.
couldn't resist doing that to them.
Goats. Goats every day.
I can't believe I got 2 Diva bombs in. How long was that? Less than 2 minutes?
Yeah, dude, this is crazy.
Wow.
I've got 49 kills. Like, what the hell?
Alright, everyone group,
They're
everyone
probably
group.
gonna try to do
everyone
the same thing.
Alright,
Oh,
speed
no, they
boost.
haven't.
Speed boosting.
They're running right out this time.
group. Just go under bridge, go under bridge.
Down the bridge.
Okay. I don't know why we're changing plan now, but okay.
Fucking
Who are we
missed it.
focusing?
Yeah,
Just Ryan, Ryan's low on
that's
site.
exactly. Who should you guys be focusing?
Oh god, the fire is destroying me.
Yeah, I got D-Max.
Ah, we did.
You guys need to be on Mercy. This is a hard reset.
I have ult for next fight though.
Oh, we
We
really
need to
did
push
all
top.
die. Okay.
Need to push top.
We'll push top this time.
I'm just gonna taxi Zarya.
Thank you. Are you ready, boys? Oh fuck, someone blocked that.
Push,
Speed,
push.
speed, speed,
Fast,
speed,
fast,
speed.
fast,
Top
fast,
right,
fast.
top right, top right, quick, top right. Oh,
What a waste of
good
an ult.
god.
It's alright, it's alright.
Now you just assume that Mercy's gonna res that. Yep. You guys have to recognize that and assume that every time you guys kill someone, Mercy's gonna res it. So make sure you just stand over their bodies.
They've used up all their ults now.
Yep, that's actually.
Anyone use ults?
Jesus, this is gonna end in a draw.
Another one!
How does she have
What the
another
hell?
one? Keep going, keep going.
Oh god.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting another one either.
They're down 2.
You're the only one there.
You guys need to do a full reset, guys. Your time is running down.
Almost got.
Just try pushing left side.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go left.
Diva just dive Mercy. No, dive Farah. Dive Farah now, dive Farah now. No, 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 not now, not now.
Speed boost is wearing off.
There's a suicide on your diva right here.
Do it
Let's
fast.
go help Diva. Alright.
This is kind of why you guys need the hit scan and the discords.
That was a terrible D roll. Not ours, not ours, theirs.
Mercy's half, Mercy's half, Mercy's half.
You guys need to call out your targets.
Missed it. I got fucked by their Brigida.
I'd probably
They're in
Grab,
grab,
they're in
nice
grab.
grab, nice
Good
grab.
grab.
yeah.
Keep going,
Oh
let's
my
go.
god.
Guys have to get that Mercy. Oh my gosh. She's getting like all the reses off because you guys don't finish her off in time.
I'm on site alone, I'm on site alone.
There's no way we can.
It's like,
We need to group, we need
Slips,
to
fall
group.
back, slips, fall back, slips. Jesus Christ.
That Farah probably has ult.
We got like one more good push in us.
We have to change something.
We need to. No,
We need
go
to take
top,
down their
get-
healers.
get her-
exactly.
Let's go, let's
Their
go.
Mercy is their biggest carry.
Focus the Farah.
Speed boost, speed boost, speed boost.
Everyone
run
focus it,
upstairs.
focus it, focus it.
Fuck me, just get up the top.
Just
We
get
should
up
be
the top.
fighting
It
in
doesn't
stairs.
matter. Once you're up here, she can't do shit
Just
about
get on
it.
point, just get on point. You guys are all up there, they followed. Go on point.
D.Va's half, D.Va's low.
You guys have time for a reset, guys. You do not trickle. You have time for one fight. Oh man. No, you guys cannot stagger yourselves here.
No, I'm dead.
I have no left foot.
Like, you guys honestly, with like 40 seconds, you have time for a fight. Now you're just staggered, and they're just gonna stagger you now, knowing that you guys, like, if they just stagger you, there's no way you guys can go through.
Still in.
No, so like so in order to determine who wins this map, the game 3, they have to play an immediate tiebreaker map. Which
Still not over yet, we can still go overtime and wipe them.
Yeah.
Just keep focusing. Take out their damn healers.
Pharah's dead. Pharah's dead.
I need help on point.
Running.
Oh god.
This is, yeah, you guys are tied now.
So now, because it was a draw,
Just a second there. Up through the stairs.
Well, no.
who wins?
She's not on her own. It's not an easy.
I gotta go to the toilet. I'll be back.
Yeah, if he can play.
Yeah, Hawkeye.
So the situation is that we just tied Anubis, so we have to play the immediate hybrid. So probably Kings.
Like a mouse.
Need to look out for.
Just please. Rugsy. Come on, let's get our partnership running.
Should we have a diva, possibly?
D.Va. I can go D.Va. I just thought like it might want at least some shield and also to boop someone.
Yeah, no. Risk is fine. Risk is fine.
If this is the map that I'm thinking of, this backside, Moira should be going Lucio for the extra, oh, it's not, it's ruins.
This is the one where you can't even boop.
Never mind.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, I'm going.
But I would still play, because you guys know, like, the last 2 maps they had a Pharah, you guys need discords on that Pharah. Either Mercy or Moira need to go Zen.
What is it?
Up to you.
You're going Widow.
I don't want to do. I don't want to do Mercy. We're not doing fire.
Doing fire. Okay.
Could be
Go Pharah.
Oh thank God. They're really gonna res that immediately.
Do you guys not like playing Zen? Because I noticed, like, the past 2 maps, or the 2 VODs, you guys haven't really played Zen.
left.
Come on, call targets. Focus that brig.
Mercy's half.
Yep. Bring
I
I need
down,
heals,
bring
need
down.
heals. Need heals, need heals.
Make sure you say who you are if you need heals.
Kill the Ryan. He's on his own.
D.Va low. D.Va mech
sake.
down.
Yeah, D.Va out of mech. Kill that Pharah, kill that
To
Pharah.
die.
Gone. Someone went behind me. I don't know where they are.
It could have been D.Va. She floated back up over.
Someone tried. Oh, it's Reaper.
Alright, we just staggered the
Dumbass.
the D.Va heaps.
And the
Get back,
Good team
snake way,
fight.
snake way.
I'm low. Behind. Thanks.
Catch him.
I don't know where they are.
Oh,
they're
look
on
at that
the
Moira orb. Look at that fucking Moira orb. That's terrible.
Oh, I just protected you from a
Are they down
shot.
on bridge?
Side.
Ryan up top.
Right side. Kill the Brigadier first.
Kill that brig on side, on
out of
our ramp.
position.
Diva's diving me. I need help.
Get in the habit of using using not first person but third person when you guys are talking about yourselves.
D.Va's out of
Like,
mech.
I need help and I need heals. Those are not helpful for your team.
Nice, good job, guys.
I got all.
Yeah, I'm one
That
off.
Nice, Widow.
D.Va is on her own like a lot. We can punish her really badly.
Yeah, but she's not our main focus.
Where's
Don't
the
call
Widow?
the D.Va.
So you guys have time to actually move up a little bit to intimidate them. Like, move up to this point right, well, to that point right there, right up here.
On the right side.
Reaper's on bridge.
Half HP.
because you guys are running like 70% now. You just want to stall time a little bit longer so you guys have that point for as long as you possibly can.
Yellow.
I've got Grav. Get there,
Still
Honor up
Diana,
here.
still
Honor up
Diana.
here. Yeah, nice,
Oh,
nice.
they don't have Widow anymore?
Now kill the Genji's left side.
I'm on Diva.
DVD Mac. We got their Widow back here.
Genji's center.
Where's the widow?
Up on
No, they don't
this
have Widow.
platform up here.
Oh, they do.
Careful, Zarya, you're overextending.
Gonna boop her
They're
up.
one, they're one, they're one, they're one.
Genji, Genji.
She's dead.
It's just Vegeta.
That Genji's so low.
I need help. The Brigida's on me.
You guys have walls now?
She's center. Okay,
They're
Brigida's dead.
staggering a
Kill the
little bit.
Ana.
Kill
the
that
Ana,
Honor. Kill that
Ana.
Honor. Nice, nice, nice. Now get that Diva. Stay off our sight.
She dead.
Nice, good job.
That's it.
Good round.
So glad they don't have the Pharah anymore.
So maybe I should just so I think you guys understand after the few VODs that I've done, you guys understand that your target calling is the issue here. And maybe I can do an example of what the target calling should sound like. So I'll just I'll pretend to be the voice of Hog right now.
Oh, Widow Farah, yeah.
We'll see how this works.
Yeah, that works.
And Mercy.
Hawkeye, do you want to go Mercy or Ruggy?
Yeah.
Hawkeye going
Yeah, so Hawkeye should be going Mercy. There we go.
Thanks, Hawk.
This is a good comp here.
I like how he's still Hawkeye. Thanks, Callista.
It's Hawkeye, guys.
One pronunciation.
Do they have Pharah?
One mispronunciation. And
I don't see one. I think he's gonna go for a
careful
bit.
of Lucio Boops. He's behind. you.
Oh. So then I'd be like, alright, your Hog is down.
Get up, get up.
Where's Widow?
So now it's like, your Hog, okay, definitely a reset here.
Where's Widow?
We're coming back is what you would say.
How am I
Oh, she's in
missing?
main.
That's two gone.
Go
Oh.
slip.
So now you guys actually have it, so it's fine. Just like stay a point.
I guess.
Get this Lucio. Doom,
Doomfist half.
Doomfist, Doomfist.
Doomfist half, wherever he is.
Yeah, he wouldn't be off by now.
So I'm gonna try and go get for a pull.
She's in that room.
So Brigitte's on the left.
Brigida.
Brigida.
Brigitte's alone.
Get up, get up.
Ooh, hello, Widow.
Yeah, they've got a Widow.
Hello, Widow.
I'm sorry.
Oh, what we do?
It's like, careful, Lucio's trying to go for boops.
And a massive like spike.
Yeah, we can still hear it.
Yeah, we can hear it.
So, Hog, you should play over here a little bit more on that corner. I think you've done that before. Because when you don't do that, you risk getting pulled into the well for sure. So you definitely want to play like the wall a little bit better on this side right here, this wall right here.
Sorry, I couldn't get
Because that way you can get the hooks you need to get to. They can't get to you to pull you.
We're getting picks.
Full reset.
And luckily your DPS is doing work in keeping this point though.
Dead.
Lucio, next time you need to go when your team is winning like this, you need to go and get them, like taxi them all over here with speed boost.
Somewhere where Widow is.
Careful that Lucio is behind.
Yeah, great calls. You need to really stay away from that well, Hog.
She just
Oh god.
dropped her ult down the well.
No, because I
Just so you know, Widow top left.
They got up where you were slips. They got a Widow up there.
We still haven't kept point. We need to cap point before we chase after him too much.
The Doomfist on Doom.
Break that shield, break that shield.
Quick, healing Farah.
I'm healing, yeah?
Yeah.
Get up, top Farah.
That fucking supercharger gives away our Widow position.
yeah.
So Hog, you would stand over here a little bit more.
Yeah, get shot at.
Hello.
Lucio's looking for
They have
boop.
no shield. They have no shield. Arissa's gone.
Oh my god! I just hit a
Oh
jump
no,
shot
the
at Ana, what the hell?
He saved us.
So Diva's low. Diva's about to be out of mech.
I'm dead.
Lucio's on the right here. Lucio being pulled. Lucio down.
Lucio's dead. No.
Lucio's in the well.
Oh, he's so low. Doomfist
So like these are the calls that you need to be making. a good practice too, but it's also going to be super annoying at first because, you know, talking to yourself isn't always like, it's not comfortable. But what you can do is just run a like start talking like you're doing a play-by-play of your own play, and get in the habit of doing that. So then it keeps you from it keeps you talking constantly.
Damn it, he got out of range.
Ah, no.
Lucio coming up behind.
in the range.
They got a Winston.
He's half.
Oh god, anti.
Oh, you
Mercy
get
down.
out of the way of my shot.
Sorry. It's just I knew it was gonna boop, so.
So now you'd be like, you're hogging your mercies down and we're coming back.
Bye. I'm healing you,
Doomfist.
Doomfist, Doomfist, Doom down.
Nice. Good round.
Alright, so now
Good round.
they get to pick between.
Another friggin' game.
Then we have to.
Yeah, Ana.
They're asking us our map choice, lol.
Attacking or defending?
Yeah, just give
Switch to defense. Oh, there we go.
Well, we want to.
Okay, yeah, I'm here.
God. No.
Yeah.
I might switch to Widow's second point if they run Pharah. Actually, Snakeboy, do you wanna run Soldier and I'll go May?
You go, May.
Yeah, I can play May.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Soldier just in case they run Pharah.
I already know.
Wait, so we don't want the Mercy now?
It's up to
With
you.
without Pharaoh?
No, we should still be running the Mercy. We want that
Ana
res.
would be good.
Ana would be good as well.
Ana's really good on this map.
Especially with grab.
What we want is
I play a lot of Ana.
Like, if I was playing support today, that's what I'd be playing. I'd be playing Ana.
Same.
So what slipped? You didn't like my walls in the last round?
No, I'm just not good at Soldier.
Oh, okay.
Soldier.
I wanna May, but I'm not good at Soldier.
But, a lot of times I've noticed that Farah gets run on the first point here, so you might want to be aware of that. They try to boop us off.
I just be very careful with having everyone play up here. As long as you just drop down immediately. Ideally, May might play. Pause this for. Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna wall up.
So May would play like on this corner here or this corner, and then like a tank would be down there. This corner isn't like down there, right? So she'd throw her wall up. That way, so people can follow through and actually like Ryan can charge the wall or something like that. But you guys are playing up here, so you're actually giving them a lot of space. As long as you guys can drop down fast enough, then that's fine then.
3, 2, 1, go.
So like you put a wall up, but nobody can follow through with it. Like your point of playing May up here and throwing a wall is really just to slow them down. But you really want to use May as like throwing a wall up so that you can wall them off and then get to them. But instead, you guys were playing up there. You guys just kind of lost the ground as they just like trickled through. You guys really want to hold the bottom with only like Soldier or Hanzo. Well, DPS would play up there, and then Mercy can fly it back and forth between the ground and the top part.
Yeah, may as
Just
well.
go main.
Let's just get out here.
I'm gonna be healing from main, so don't expect healing if you're on the left.
You guys also need to play on the other side instead of this left side here.
Can we move up a little bit?
Yeah.
Need heals up top, please. Someone.
Is she gonna stun me? Yep.
Oh, she's fucking eating them.
Oh my god.
Ryan is so low. You should have.
Reaper's on me.
You guys need to start calling out these targets.
Alright, switch to Mercy for a Moira.
Yep, that's a good call.
Yeah.
Either that or a Lucio.
Fuck, I messed up the charge.
Should I go back and do it? Or just-
Soldier.
Just wait. We're
I'm
all
boosting
here together
Hanzo at the
anyway.
moment.
So you guys need to recognize that they have like they're playing heroes that you would require you to have a defensive ult. Like Soldier, if you played like Zen and Soldier ults, then that gets them nothing, right? you have trans and they can't really do anything about it.
I had to heal you.
So you guys really need to learn to flex and to things that counter other heroes.
You got Baby Diva on site, Baby Diva on
Thank
site.
you, good res.
I got Grav.
Nice. I'm halfway to my ult, so if you can,
Yeah,
So
I'll
now you guys need to push forward a little bit here.
unless you really need it. I mean, use it.
I've got tire.
we'll save for Dragon as well. Just try to stay alive.
They're going
I'm
around.
boosting junk.
I'll tell you if they're coming left. Just hold main.
Oh shit. Oh god.
Did anyone go down?
Health.
God.
Oh god.
They don't have trans. They don't have trans for the Grav.
Oh, there's too many
Fuck,
people.
my
to
shield's
kill.
gone.
I got Hanzo.
Go,
Hanzo's
on side,
gone,
on side, on
Hanzo's
side,
gone.
on side.
I'm down. I'm down.
Make sure you call out the fact that you're going to use grab though before you actually use it. And the reason why you want to do that is that you can give your team time to like play safe so that they can get they can prepare their ult too. Because when you threw that grab and then you called it, Hanzo was already being attacked, so he's kind of like panicking a little bit.
Called
I
that.
didn't see how many was there.
That was a weird call.
Whoever called that shouldn't have called that. They're right side here, two of them.
There's a Brigada on point.
Brigada.
Brigada killed me.
You're at half heals. Be careful.
Moira, I need heals, bro.
Yeah.
Save your ops when you really need them. Oh Jesus.
We're losing that one. Okay.
What kind is Hanzo?
And you guys are running 2 off tanks right now. You guys need a shield tank.
Hanzo.
You just
Yeah.
have to get
A
good,
Genji.
basically.
So I don't know if you want Diva to kind of try and stall, but somebody needs to change quickly.
Boy, do you wanna go Hanzo?
Because you guys are not running an ideal comp right now. Especially with 2 main heals and 2 off heals. This is going to be really rough on your team.
I've nearly got another Grav.
They're running like a death ball comp right now, especially with the Reaper. You guys really need to switch to something up here.
They wasted trans again.
Shattered.
He's asleep.
I'm stunned. Okay.
Grav on site, Grav on site.
You can even get away with doing a Brigida here as well.
The Reaper's
Oh,
gonna
but she
kill
is
us.
gone.
So they're just kind of like running through you guys because you guys don't have a proper shield tank.
Dead.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
that's why I did my nerf.
And you have nothing to block this Diva Bomb too.
Alright, sorry, I didn't know you were dead.
It was on me.
I'm trying to heal you. You might actually be okay.
Yeah, I am. I got my Mac back.
Fuck. Don't throw out healing orbs like that. We're gonna need
Yeah.
that for this fight.
Save it till we need them. Like now.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Yeah, we'll need it like right now.
Vegeta on me.
Yeah,
Behind.
Bruce dead.
She's dead.
I'm at back.
Now you guys need some stall heroes, so Zarya would need to go Hammond or Winston.
Keep more down.
Both healers.
And then somebody needs a good Tracer. You guys need to learn to switch to Tracer when you guys are stalling point.
Help with heals fast enough.
Lucio.
So that would be like on you, Junk, since Hanzo has his ult.
So many kills. Oh, thank you.
My flask missed. It did. Feels bad.
Make sure you're saving your orbs, okay, man?
Yeah, so if I were you guys, I'd play. You would play like right over here.
Oh, sorry, I was shooting things over there. Probably me.
All good.
And then just play up there and slowly back away as they get closer.
No, he ran that barrier.
You got Diva up here on her own?
Fuck, I just got binked.
She's out of Mac.
I have no.
I got Hanzo. Hanzo's gone.
Brigada.
We need help.
So they have a lot of shields, right? You guys need to play either like a shield break, so Brigida or a Reaper.
She took me down one shot, man. That's far.
I've nearly got Grav.
Because this ultimately this Ryan is an issue right now. He's blocking so much for his team, and we're still not running a shield tank at all.
Whoever's on point.
Like, see, with no shield tank, this diva bomb's inevitable.
Why can't I nano myself?
My gosh, these matches are so long.
Not if we're doing brawl, no.
What?
So it looks like we're running goats here.
So I think if we're gonna brawl, we could go.
Okay.
Actually, go on who we call.
Let's push. They got Hanzo still.
No bubbles, no bubbles.
Let's go up the stairs.
Oh my god. Wrong fucking.
We're going around the back.
Yeah. Let's go. Ryan, I got bubbles.
You need to be on speed boost this whole time, Lucio.
Messi.
Yeah, get that Messi.
Got Messi.
Messi dead.
That
Hanzo,
Ryan is
Get
solo.
the Hanzo, get the Hanzo.
Reaper.
Hold on, we got Deva. Tanks are on Deva. Deva's debacked.
Stop.
I have no idea.
You know, it's funny though, but that's how the Korean teams do it. Is they just call out the first 3 letters of the heroes that they need to attack.
Just switches to a
So they'll do like re for Reaper, you know,
It could work.
and I mean, people laugh, but it works.
So my shield's gonna go.
Messi's half.
Yep, fall back behind the payload.
Yeah.
Let his shield recharge.
Hold on, I don't have bubble for you, man. Don't be that
Got
far up.
Farah. Messi's half. If someone can dive her.
If you can break a shit, I got shadow.
Oh god.
Tell me when you see Farah.
She's up.
Yeah, dived by
Up in the
everyone.
sky?
Junk low,
Mad low. Junkrat's low.
and then don't let that mercy res.
Got it.
Oh, thank you for walking into that. I was trapped.
They got fair mercy.
Kill that Farah. Kill the
Diva's
Messi.
on that back line.
Oh, my shield's gone. No. Fuck.
That Farah's one.
Drop
Farah's
out,
one.
tree down.
Get the Mercy or one of them.
You guys have to decide which one you guys are going. You keep switching back and forth between Mercy and Farah.
Set junk.
And because nobody was really focusing on the correct one, you guys were like switching back and forth, that they just kept getting healed back and
Oh, no,
forth.
why'd you fly away?
Why wouldn't I fly away from the
I
front?
bubbled you. So he didn't go after you because you flew away.
Well, I don't know you're bubbling me, dude. I'm just trying to live.
Come down.
We'll just wait.
Oh,
Drop out,
shit.
Snake Boy, come on.
I've got Grav.
I'm gonna get a different angle on the Farah.
Alright. Junkrat's sitting up top. He's
Don't
already
say
got
that
my
Farah.
shield.
That mercy.
Go Farah.
Are we gonna go? Let's
Push.
Go.
Now that Mercy's anything. Kill the Diva.
No, forget about the diva.
Kill that Mercy. Kill the Mercy in the back.
Okay, now.
I need help with Diva.
Yep. Okay.
Ryan's low.
Ryan's dead.
Junkrat.
Junkrat's low.
That's it.
Nice. I still got Grav.
I've got shadow now.
Yeah, I still got
I
Grav.
got Fowler.
I'm watching for Farah.
I got a mad self-destruct. I'll start with it.
Nice.
Farah above left, above the saloon.
She'll probably have ult soon, so I'm saving bubbles.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure
Got
he's
Mercy.
shadow.
Farah's down.
Farah's dead.
Good
I got Farah.
kill.
Nice.
I'm grabbing in front of
Set
cart.
the
Grab in front of cart.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you either look at your tab to see if there is enough enough people or enough ults to have to use your grab, or just communicate that you want to use your grab.
Farah's.
That way people can respond to you if they can follow up or not. Because you threw your graph and you said that you just threw it. Nobody followed up with it because they either didn't have anything for it or they just weren't ready for it.
Around this way.
Can you take care of that Mercy?
Junkrat's sitting on jail.
Oblivious behind
Mercy
you, bro.
up, Mercy up.
Oblivious behind you.
Oh.
Mercy dead.
Shit.
Let's get Farah. He's off. Pharah's off.
Farah dead.
Got her,
He's
got her, got her.
dead. I got a lucky headshot. Come to me, Snake Boy. You're running away from me.
Can we try and get that Lucio on side?
Yeah. Thank you. Good barrier.
That Lucio's
Lucio
one.
half.
Lucio, focus Lucio.
The Mercy's
Okay,
back.
he's
Get her
good.
first.
Try to get Mercy. She's half. Mercy's good. She's gone.
So I said Lucio. No healers. No healers.
Run.
Ryan's dead.
Now you guys won the fight. You can afford to move forward.
I don't have anything.
Jump down.
Move forward. Move forward.
Nice.
I need help.
You do not need a planned cart. Just move forward,
Keep
guys.
three. Keep three on cart. Keep three on cart. We can get it to checkpoint here.
Div is up.
I got bubble.
Trying to move.
Nice. We got it. We
You
got
got
it.
lucky there, Moira.
So you guys definitely like. You don't have to keep the 3 on cart, or if you keep 3 on cart, 3 of you guys need to move forward and just play the doors. So you body block them. Like the door that's right here. Definitely stand on here or stand on the other one. Just make sure they don't get to go through, so you guys can push the cart all the way through.
I'm trying.
She's low. Aaron,
She's still
Farah,
low.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
she's
got her.
dead. Now
I've
kill
got grab.
Lucio.
They're all dead. They're all
Okay,
dead.
good job.
Please don't throw out damage orbs unless we really need it, man.
By the way, who's recording this? Is it Hazard?
Yeah,
Are you pressing tab a lot?
I am now.
They switch off. Good.
Yeah, they haven't got a Farah anymore.
I threw the damage orb out because
They're all up top.
Junk and Farah were both low.
Headshotted.
They are literally all up top, guys. Careful.
I'm going Farah. Just to fuck them up.
Oh
Oh
fuck.
god.
Watch out.
Hanzo up top.
Nice. He didn't get anyone with it.
No, I fucking darted out of the way.
Diva's killable. Kill the Diva. Oh, good shit. Kill the baby Diva now before she gets mech again.
Yeah, David dead.
Now the Zenyatta.
Zen.
So see, once you guys have like 1 person or 2 people left on the other team, you guys do make the right calls, and then you guys actually follow through. So make sure you guys just body block those doors next time instead of just grabbing it.
That was a good round. Well played.
We had more.
We don't have anything for a Farah.
No, we don't.
I'm
And they
pretty
like
good
to play
at
Farah
pressuring
first point.
Farahs.
Okay. As long as you can take care of her, it's fine.
Slip. Yeah, you slip.
For some reason, you're really good at Genji and really bad at McCree. Like,
Yeah, it's that.
So I'm glad you guys are playing lower this time, so you guys don't actually give up so much space. Ryan, push up a little bit. There we go.
Let them come across.
I don't think they're running Farah. No, they're not.
Okay, cool.
So may need to prepare. There we go. You walled. Then you have to call out that you walled so that your team can follow up on it.
Brigade up.
No. Let's get Run up.
No, we got Brigade. Get the run now.
He's off.
Nice, good job.
he's dead.
Hanzo's on his own. Diva's up top.
Div's up top.
Okay. The Hanzo's dead. Did we get the Diva? I didn't see this.
So what you could do is, if there is a Hanzo by himself and there's a Diva up top, just say that you can say exactly what you just said. Is Hanzo's by himself, Diva's up top. Get the Hanzo first, and then we'll get the Diva.
They got 10 seconds.
Nice snake.
I'm gonna charge the road.
Doomfist on his own.
Yep, good kill. Now the Diva, she's sort of on her own. Okay, never mind. Get the Vegeta instead. She's way more dangerous.
They're all low.
Guys, I just
Yeah, Ryan's dead,
deflected
Ryan's dead.
the fucking Hanzo.
Get wrecked.
Nice.
On the wall, I can't get back.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Good job.
Good job, guys.
No,
So I gotta fast forward through this a little bit because I gotta go in a little bit. So I'm hoping you guys cap this sooner than later.
This is what we just run for defense.
Yeah, I don't know what. I thought we were
They're
doing
holding that
roll
point. They got a
comp,
tour.
Let's go straight stairs back.
but I just used speed boost, so. I
We should be
can't
running our
help
brawl
you.
comp. We should be running goats. I
I'm
got bubble
trying
sheet
to
run.
get to you, Genji.
You need to be on speed boost, Lucio. No reason to be on heals when you're back there.
Brigade is up here. Get the Brigade up.
Oh,
Turret's gone.
Oh, they got a Torbjorn. Wow.
Oh,
Brigade dead.
Ryan was one. Fuck.
We got a D-Run me. Fuck.
You guys need to reset quickly.
Switch it up. Switch to Brawl. Come on, what are we doing?
Shit.
We got one chance.
I'm stuck. I can't get back.
Okay.
Alright, we have no real choice but to go without him.
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Come on.
I'm gonna have to go straight point.
Yeah, go straight on the point. You guys get back here as quick as you can. Kill that brigade up.
I'm away.
Yeah, you guys definitely need to call out the targets right now. And Ryan just kind of went in by himself, and you kind of just watched him. You need to go up there and help Ryan out.
Oasis now.
I'm fucking terrible at Oasis, man.
God.
Oh, what? You guys aren't gonna get it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, go man.
Haven't won yet. 2-1. In order to
You're confident with. Apart from Ruggy. Off the bat. I don't think they're running Farah.
I'm
No.
not copying you.
They're not running Farah.
Okay, I'm with you now.
Looks like
oh,
they're
they're
coming.
going bottom.
Oh, fuck. They got a Hanzo up there. They're split up.
Heals, heals.
Shut down.
Kill that Brigader. Kill that Brigader. Kill that
Brigitte is
Brigader.
low, Brigitte is low.
She's real low.
Yeah, she's dead. Nice.
Envy behind. Fuck.
Hold on, in this room, We got 2 people. Fuck, I got stuck.
When you're antied, make sure you say you're antied. I don't even know if you knew that you were antied, because there's no way your healers could have gotten to you.
God damn it.
You need to just fall back when you're antied.
Oh, nice.
Diva's low.
Fuck.
Okay.
Both healers.
And they only have one person on point. You guys definitely need to call out those targets.
Good job, boys.
Thank you.
Oh, they got Farah again.
Lips, dude, me and you just went fucking clean up corridor. Holy fuck.
They've got a Farah
no,
now.
dude.
They've got their Farah now. They're coming main door.
I'm scaring their Farah off.
Get that Daver on site. Get the Daver on site.
Farah was so low. I'm going after their Mercy.
Mercy, you guys need to Mercy and Moira, you guys need to call for peels. By the time you got to like below half, it's too late to say that you're too low.
Oh, nice.
No.
We still have no one on site.
Reset. We're not all together, hasn't.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to make sure he gets out.
Sure, you need to get out.
Fuck. We need something to do with their Farah, guys.
Yep.
We
Like
can't
a
just
hit
let them
scan.
get fucking 50% and then go, oh, they have a Farah.
But we've already established that
Yeah,
no
I
one can
know.
apparently play hit scan.
Well, someone should
And
be
that's
able to
one
play hit scan.
Yeah, I'm
I
doing it.
mean, I can if someone can switch to healers, but
You guys don't have a full team, I don't think, so you guys need to really be careful.
Push you guys for any type of res.
Fuck, I'm down.
She's gone for res, nice. Nice.
Farah low, Farah low, Farah gone.
Lower down.
So next time when Mercy is rezzing Ryan, you can just and it didn't look like the team was with her. Just make sure you charge her or something so she doesn't get that res off.
Soldier?
I'm already soldier.
We already got a soldier.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize.
Good job. Nice,
No
nice.
mega macking.
rip Hawkeye. Saw
No.
that.
Yeah, you guys can afford to poke out a little bit, just to intimidate their team.
Genji now.
It's alright, we'll just switch back. It's not hard.
Oh, fuck.
God.
Make sure you guys call out those grabs.
Keep going, keep going. You got this.
Kill that Mercy, she's right there.
Res off.
Nice, nice.
Mercy dead, Mercy
gosh.
dead. Can we get that Reaper? Or the Genji?
Oh my
Fuck.
god.
Just down.
Fuck.
Oh fuck, that's their diva. I kept trying to bubble
Diva's
their
up.
diva.
I want you to get you so you're still I think I told you guys this before, when you're Moira, don't press down your heel. You want to do it in spurts. You're wasting a lot of resources when you just hold down. Especially when your team's winning.
Nice,
Shit.
nice.
Instead of the Reaper walk. Yeah.
Well, I mean, even if it were true, I was dead for
And it was a
quite
mercy
a lot of that,
boosting.
and I was.
They're coming, right?
They have no Farah.
Good
You guys have to really be careful here because you're lacking heals with Brigitte and Moira.
I'm going off their honor.
Ryan's low.
It's good body blocking on your part though. Anna could not, it's like really hard for Anna to kind of work around you there.
Can anyone get him?
D.Va,
He jumped down.
He kind of got knocked weirdly.
Good staggers right here.
she's up top.
Oh, yeah. I see.
Okay, fall back, guys. Real quick. We're out of position.
It's good recognizing to fall back.
Someone heal up Snake Boy.
There we go. It's a bit sad, but
Alright, Moira back on site.
Where are they?
They're probably regrouping then.
I don't know, it's just taking a while.
Monkey now.
Here they come.
For some reason.
Yeah, Monkey is not. I don't know why they went Monkey when you guys have Reaper. That's just a really bad call on their part.
Monkey.
yep, on the monkey.
Now, the problem with that is the Monkey, instead of like walking into you guys, he jumped in. It didn't leave him much of an escape plan because he couldn't jump back out, right? So that was really good that you guys got him first.
Reaper dead,
Reaper
Reaper
down.
dead.
Genji, Genji, Genji.
This team is just falling apart.
Everyone group up around Brig. Oh,
It's
don't worry, her
over.
ult right now.
I got my
Already
armor.
used it. Yeah,
I'll come up there with your slip so I can bubble you. They've probably got another 1 or 2 fights in them.
Actually, just about all of you got armor from that, so
Yeah, I did. I got my armor.
Yeah, I got it.
That Winston
Reaper's
is
going
looking
right
for
side, Care.
I'm
looking
gonna,
for supports.
shut up.
But most of them are
Tell me
kinda
when you
weird.
want to ult, I'll bubble you.
Oh, fuck it. They threw me out of the charge. Oh, fuck. I'm low.
Oh
I'm
fuck,
low.
where are you?
Yeah, make sure you say who you are.
Yeah, cool.
D.Va out of mech. Fuck, shield please, shield, yep.
Yep.
Cool, cool, cool.
Good job, guys.
Monkey's on point? Yeah, okay.
It's good. Got him.
Nice.
I would have staggered the Monkey if I were you guys. Because then at like 97%, you stagger the Monkey, they only have 5 people to come back.
Nice, GG.
Hallelujah.
Good job, guys.
Alright, 3-1.
Well done, boys.
Definitely work on your target calling, and your supports need to work on switching to the right supports to help out better.